Hey guys, Tanya Lopez here, and I am the artist behind Art Ison. Now, I will say that this video was not in the books at all. Like at all. I literally had another video come out this morning for my Crafts to Art series, but this topic here is really grinding my gears because a lot of people are speaking on it, and I will be honest, a lot of people that probably should not be speaking about it are making videos most likely for the likes, right? So I just wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys, and maybe hopefully I will clear some mental space for some of you. Now, full disclosure, I am a RedBubble shop owner. I have been on RedBubble since about February of 2020. I am by no means a big shot on RedBubble. I have about 206 unique designs. I don't know my total sales, but I think last year I made about 180, and my most popular product is a sticker. So think about that. Over half of my sales are stickers. So I am not making all of this money anyways. But then again, I don't utilize RedBubble as my primary form of sales. I actually use RedBubble as well as many other print-on-demand sites as passive income. And maybe that's why my mentality may be slightly different than a lot of people. So I'm not going to get into all of the changes that RedBubble has made. I will simply list the biggest change, right? You can watch many other videos out there that goes into details as far as what everything that is happening. But the gist of it is this: they are adding tiers. There is a standard account, a premium, and a pro. The standard account, as far as I could tell, is the only one that will have a fee. A lot of people think that, or is rumored, and I'm sure it has some truth behind it, is that they are trying to weed out the scammers. But this is the part that no video that I have seen so far speaks on. Now, I do feel, in my opinion, and again, everything that I mentioned on this video is my opinion, my take on it, is that RedBubble did very poorly in communicating this point, but yet their counterparts, TeePublic, has done a marvelous job in explaining one key factor. Now, just to throw it out there, TeePublic did send out an email that they do also have an artisan and an apprentice tier. But if you have been on TeePublic even before RedBubble has made or has taken over, TeePublic already kind of had this in place already. And if you don't believe me, you could go ahead and scroll all the way to the bottom, and you can see blogs on the fact that they always have had the people that can curate a shop, meaning the signs that is not their own, and artists, and they list them as artists that would put their own unique designs. And so essentially, they had their own version. And if you pay attention to all other print-on-demands, most of them have their own versions of tiers, whether it's in the sales and pricing department, where they will give you a discounted, the more, once you get to a certain level, you could go ahead and get more discounts. So they each have their own version. You just got to read the fine print. Now, going back to RedBubble, and the part that I feel that they did not communicate is what makes a unique design. Now, I'm reading all of the comments that people are posting on other videos, and they are pissed off. And some people, even that are listed on premium, are closing their shops because they feel that small artists are being taken advantage of. I personally have a different take on it, and I will get to that in a moment. But let's go back to what a unique design is. A unique design is a listing that you have created and that no other shop could possibly have that image or illustration. So if you are a shop owner that purchased your clip art or purchased the licensure for a specific artwork, your design is not unique. Let me let that sink in for a moment here, because I don't think, and I'm sorry that I'm being very direct, but I just don't think that people really see what's happening here. If unless you have exclusive rights to an image that you've purchased. You have exclusive listenership to this artwork. Other people can have the same clip art. If the same clip art, and it doesn't matter if you are a pro user on Canva where you have limited license to a clip art and can change the color, and it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, different people can have that clip art and just have variations of it. That design is not a unique design. Now, these will most likely be weeded out and will most likely be listed under a standard account that has to pay a fee. Why? Okay, here I go with my small artist. As you can see on the background, a lot of my artwork is Puerto Rican artwork, okay? But the difference is that I draw it, I paint it, I may digitize my own creations, and yet somehow I am competing with an oversaturated market of people that simply just get a picture of Puerto Rico flag and they make a listing on it, or maybe they purchase a clip art of a coquí or a Taíno symbol or whatever. These are people that are just purchasing these designs, making all of these accounts, and I have to compete with them as a small artist. I'm the small artist here, right? So am I being taken advantage of? I'm not paying a fee, and yet my artwork is not considered that, that store-bought type of feel. Now, again, I understand that a lot of people may not see it this way because they do put a lot of work. This is not to discount anyone's hustle. Whatever means you have to make your money, by all means, that's you. It's just that in the large scheme of things, maybe, just maybe, RedBubble or TubeBuddy, whomever may be, are probably wanting to increase the integrity for the small artists. And they do not want things that are considered to be produced in a bigger scale, right? Things that are not as unique as they would like. And so that's just something to consider, especially if you are one of those shop owners that are thinking that I'm just going to close up shop, which to me is really not the smartest move. And it actually, I find it very irresponsible for a lot of YouTubers, a lot of influencers that have a following of people that do trust their opinion, and they are encouraging people to close their shop preemptively. Because let's think about it. These changes just went into effect in the beginning of May, and you are closing your shop because you jumped on this bandwagon and you don't even know how it's going to affect you just yet. And if you are that influencer telling people to close up their shop, that is extremely irresponsible. And if you are an influencer encouraging people to close up their shop and you don't even have a shop of your own to close, not only is it irresponsible, it is the most disrespectful thing in my opinion, because you are not going through the struggles with them. You're not going through that journey with them. If you have admitted on your video that you closed your shop, your RedBubble shop, however many years ago, you really don't have a leg to stand on. You really should not be inputting your opinion in the matter at all, unless you literally say, this is why I have not joined RedBubble. But the fact is that these current changes are not affecting you at all. Now, why do I say this? Because really, you as a Red shop owner, if you have already put in so much work to have your store, it will not hurt you at all to just sit back and analyze how these changes are affecting you. Give yourself a time limit, 3 months maybe. Maybe you may be paying, even if you do fall under these standard, maybe you're paying a little bit of fee, but your sales are increasing because the platform is not so saturated, and you may actually be winning in the long run. So you may be winning. If you are a premium account, a small artist, maybe the fact that all of these other accounts are being weeded out will be helping you, and therefore they're not taking advantage of the small artists. They are helping you in some way. We just don't know. Again, this is just my take on it. My recommendation to you from one RedBubble shop owner to another is to sit back, watch your analytics, watch your sales. If you feel that you don't want to put forth much effort in uploading, fine. Maybe share a couple of things here and there if you would like. I like to schedule my posts, so I schedule a lot of my RedBubble listings, and pay attention to what it's doing, what these changes are, because remember, no matter what in life, changes are hard. There are going to be a lot of growing pains. That's just the nature of the beast, especially if you are starting out your own business. So my recommendation is to just play smart. Do not jump on the bandwagon, and just watch what the shop is doing for you. And do not ever, which I always say, ever put all of your eggs on one basket. I am a big, I don't even know what to say it, but I make sure that I say this every single time, and I try to drill it into people. You do not own these platforms. The same thing happened when Etsy was making their changes. You do not own these platforms. Therefore, do not put all of your eggs in one basket. I have multiple print-on-demand sites. They're not my primary source of income. I consider them, my mentality is that these are print-on-demand sites. Now, if you are just starting out, which is another point, because then we have influencers encouraging people that don't have 2 pennies in their damn pocket to just open their own e-commerce shop online. And to me, that's not responsible either, because you're going to get yourself in a bigger hole than you are beginning in. But that's a whole topic for a whole different thing. I personally have a video about starting your art business with zero down, because I think that's really the goal for a lot of small artists, a lot of people that maybe want to start this part-time first, is that they don't have the initial investment. So if you open your online shop, you don't have the money for an initial investment. So the print-on-demand sites are the way to go. Social media may be the way to go, because you don't have that initial. Are they going to charge you fees? Absolutely. Money makes the world go round. It's the way it is. There's going to be fees. There's going to be commissions, but nothing is going to be as an initial startup cost. Now, what you got to do is think about it strategically, and I'm not going to get too much into this, but you're going to think about it strategically and how you're going to get those people out of that market and into yours. But they have their own traffic, which is what you're trying to get advantage of. But again, that's a whole different topic that I can talk about forever. Today it was just simply about this, because honestly, I've been watching these videos and people are just like, yeah, no, I'm going to close my shop. I'm going to close my shop. And I'm like, it's only been 8 days. What are you talking about? Sit down somewhere. And again, if you are a YouTuber and you don't have RedBubble, stop encouraging people to make decisions, rash decisions on their livelihood. We're not talking about the color of their whatever shirt. We're talking about their livelihood here. So maybe have a little bit more consideration for those people that are putting their all on these shops, and it means something more to them. If you don't have one, it don't mean anything to you. You just want to get, followers and stuff. So I suggest, that's just my opinion. But anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and put it out here. I didn't mean to offend anybody. I'm sorry if I did. I just felt like I had to be direct in my way of thinking when it came to this topic. And I will see you guys next time, because that's it. That's it.